There's a serious point here. A lot of young men feel they're getting disenfranchised by society. They're all being over-demonized, that any attempt to be the traditional male figure is now being rubbished and called toxic.
Well, I mean, if you really felt that and you really went out there and you were an alpha male, then you wouldn't be bothered about a bunch of women telling you that you were.
Well, you would if you get cancelled, like Andrew Tate. If you get banned from.
I mean, he's hardly been cancelled. He was on your programme, which is on national television.
But it's the only platform actually he's had for a long time because all the social media companies banned him.
Bro, did you hear what she just said? I mean, I know y'all heard what she just said. I don't know who Shawty is, man, but like, how is that even a response? Like, what happened to Tate has never happened to anybody ever. And she just washed it away. Well, he's still... No, he's not. People are reposting his shit. Well, he's up on your fucking platform. Yeah, on your platform, not his own platform. That was taken away. So just to minimize that like it's nothing. He got deplatformed, bitch. Like his Google, his email, his fucking Facebook, his Instagram, his Twitter, his bank accounts, Uber Eats, like all that shit got taken away. But he's still like, what? Here we go.
Television.
But it's the only platform actually he's had for a long time because all the social media companies banned him, literally banned him. He had his email gone, his Google gone, his Facebook gone. It all went down like dominoes.
Well, he's still on there, very, very prolific on there. I can't move for clips of him.
Yeah, but they're not generated by him now.
Well, but that's been for quite some time.
But should he be punished that way?
It has not been for quite some time. He just got banned. He just lost everything. Bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is she?
Not generated by him now.
Well, but that's been for
Which means he's not getting paid from it. People are eating off his name. She's stuck on his presence. You know, yeah, that just means the motherfucker means a lot. But that ain't what we talking about. Him as an individual has taken the most heat. Heat ain't even a word, bro. He has taken on a nuclear bomb from social media. And she's like, it's all right. You know, he's used to it. It's been, man, bitch, please, bro. I gotta stop being so. Nah, fuck that. That's irritating, bro, because it's like, big picture, you're just shitting on what the fuck men are going through. That's what this is. You're just shitting on what the fuck men are going through. Andrew Tate represents masculinity. Social media canceled him. Essentially what fucking Pierce is saying.
Prolific on there. I can't move for clips of him.
Yeah, but they're not generated by him now.
But that's been for quite some time.
But should he be punished that way?
But what is punished? What is punished?
Punished is where companies take a decision.
She must just not know. Because there's no way somebody that is informed of what the fuck happened to Tate is going to say he wasn't punished. He was punished to the full extent. They gave that motherfucker the death penalty as far as social media is concerned. And for you to say what is punished, you just must be out of the loop, which I severely doubt, because if you a feminist out here, you definitely know who the fuck Andrew Tate is. So you're minimizing what the fuck this man is going through because he's still polarizing, he's still in everybody's face, he's still trending, but that's besides the point. His ability to promote himself in his own platforms has been taken away, which is really going to impact his pockets, or any person or any other person that will find himself in that situation is really going to impact their pockets, their livelihood, their finances, their reputation, all of that. And you minimizing it because of what? Because you an asshole, like, or you just don't know. But there's no way she don't know, because you up on this fucking platform to address the situations. So it's fucked up.
Which, in my view, in this case, was perverse, because they still allow, for example, the Ayatollah of Iran to have a Twitter account.
Yes.
So there's no consistency here at all.
Well, but however, we love a bit of free market. I'm sure you do, judging by
That's
that suit,
irrelevant.
which is lovely. But, you know, social media companies are private companies.
Can you not objectify them, please?
They can do
I'll
whatever
take all the
they like.
objectification I like.
Of course
It's irrelevant, man. That's crazy that she's going to say
your
that.
point about, you know, if men were that alpha, then they wouldn't be that bothered by this, doesn't really help us when it comes to boys growing up. And that is one of my worries, that for teenage boys now, they are so terrified of the consequences of putting a foot out of line. It's hard enough being a young teenager working out how things are, working out how to do dating and all of that, without the terror that if you touch in the wrong place at the wrong time, you may find that your whole life is destroyed.
See, I
and there
like
is
that
far
terror.
too much. Well,
I like that.
As a
I think
mother
that
of a
men should
teenage
be
boy, I
frightened.
don't like
Really?
that
That's the
terror.
I
most
do.
malicious thing I've ever
That
heard.
is
I think that
awful.
men should be frightened
I think
to
you'd
touch
feel
women in a way
differently
that
if you
they're
were,
not
if
comfortable
you were.
with.
But we're talking about
Yeah, but we're not
teenage
talking
years,
about. We're not
children.
talking
I
about.
think that they're talking past each other because she said men are so frightened to touch someone in the wrong way, in the wrong place, and their life could be ruined. That's all the woman heard. A woman got touched and she was uncomfortable with it, so that man should receive the worst punishment ever. You know what I mean? But that's not what she meant. That's not what she meant. It's like we have assault, we have situations that everybody's gonna be in agreement that shouldn't happen. I guess she's in a frame of mind where you need to be 100% certain that this woman's gonna be cool with you doing whatever it is that you're about to do. But that's just not even reality. You want to live in fear to talk to a woman? You know what I'm saying? How the fuck do I know if I don't know you yet? Trying to get to know each other. Do I gotta ask you, hey, is it okay if I put my hand on your thigh? Bro, you know how many bitches gonna laugh at you? Fuck you mean, date is over. You know what I'm saying? You mind if I kiss you right now? Fuck you mean, date is over. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the gray area. We didn't gotta take it down to like the specific dynamics with people knowing each other. Just the horror stories you hear about, a woman feeling uncomfortable from what a man said or how a man looked at her or touching a woman in the small of her back and now she feel assaulted and shit. Like, there's a lot of men out here who scared shitless to even get involved with a fucking woman. You see Keanu Reeves when he take pictures with women, he just stand there with his hands by his side because it'd be, typically a dude will put his hand around a woman's waist taking a picture. Now, he don't do that shit 'cause I don't want no fucking smoke. That's an example of how men feel in big picture. Like they don't know how to fucking move with women because there's too much risk involved. You know what I mean? Women have all the leverage, whatever the fuck they say go. You know what I mean? Really, even if they can lie about this shit and fuck a man's life up. So for her just to minimize it, just like she minimized what the fuck Tate's going through, is just unfair. And this bitch is crazy. She sound like a whole Misandry up here. Real shit.
We're talking
Yeah, but
about
it's an
young
interesting
children.
thing that you see. I would say that attitude actually is part of the problem too.
Fact.
That is that's to me toxic femininity.
It is.
That is saying you should all be terrified, you men, if you put one
assaulting.
Well,
It's-
I think we all understand what sexual
What is
assault
an
is.
assault?
What Isabel's talking about is that young
Assault could be anything at this point. It could be whatever this woman thinks it is. If she perceives it that way, even if it doesn't look like it, if she feels threatened, if she feels uncomfortable, or if she regrets something, it could be anything at this point. That's the fucking problem.
young teenage clumsiness
really
in many
hard.
cases, which is now being recategorized as assault. Is that a problem?
It's not being recategorised as assault. It's always been assault. It's just we're finally talking about it.
I don't agree with that.
That's
But
ridiculous.
Teenage boy fumbling with
That's hard.
teenage
Not
girl
even
is not,
Not
it's
even
not
that.
in most cases assault, is
Do
it?
you remember Aziz Ansari, right? Hot off the heels of Me Too, hot off the heels of Harvey Weinstein rightly being dragged through the courts, and he should have got way worse than just prison time, in my opinion. Aziz Ansari had a consensual relationship with a woman. She felt a bit awkward, and
Yeah.
afterwards rescinded consent, and he was lumped in, and he had his
No,
career
I'm with you on that
largely
one.
cancelled.
I'm with
So
you.
then why
But
should
that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. That's an example of what they're trying to get you to understand this entire time, right? But she's focused on what everybody knows is wrong. Essay and grape. Clear as day. We know that. We're talking about all this unclear shit, which will have a higher chance of fucking men up in these situations.
men be afraid of that?
Because he didn't touch her without consent, did he?
No, but she
But
rescinded his consent, and
how are
she
young
saw
boys
that then
supposed to
as the same
navigate
thing.
this, the whole
Yeah, I
thing?
agree.
I'm thinking
you
of
need to
my
have-
teenage son. He's 14, 15. What's he supposed to say? Would you mind if I put
Isabel,
my
you are an
hand-
extremely
I mean, come
strong
on,
woman. I
come
know
on.
in your house you're teaching them the difference between assault and then coming
That's
on to
not-
someone.
but
I
that's
know
not-
you are.
But
that's
what we're
not
talking
what
about
they're
is
talking
it'd be
about.
very interesting watching the Me Too movement and the Time's Up movement, how it's all developed. Because a lot of very bad people, Harvey Weinstein and others, got their due comeuppance. We can all agree with that.
Yeah.
This is not even something to be debated. We're really talking about the grey line, right? Where is that grey line?
Yeah.
How do you navigate it? When you're an experienced adult and you've been around the block in many ways, you can navigate that much more intelligently and with emotional intelligence than you can if you're a teenage boy. And I think the point Isabel makes is a good one. I've had 3 sons in their 20s. I've always taught them to be respectful to women, and I believe they are. But I do think it's really hard for a 16, 17-year-old boy now in this environment to know even how to
They are all
having some
terrified.
kind of physical relationship with a woman.
Those good boys are all terrified. I know that from talking to my son. He's just like, I'm just not going there. Is that healthy?
Yes, I think it is actually. I think it's better to not have a physical relationship than to have one that could ruin a woman's life.
But then how do they ever start?